Welcome to the Table Podcast series with Bridget Johnson. Each month, we give you game-changing conversations about K-12 education and leadership. Join us as top educators, field experts, and administrators share actionable strategies to transform your school community. Let's dive in.
Welcome to The Table, the podcast where student life professionals, educators, and change makers come together to share stories, insights, and ideas for building communities where everyone belongs. I'm your host, Bridget Johnson. Today, I'm thrilled to kick off a special 4-part series with my friend, Dr. Kiba Rogers, psychologist, educator, and CEO and founder of Kiba Speaks, LLC, and Third Avenue Psychological Services, PLLC, as well as CEO and co-founder of Rooted, Resilient, and Rising, LLC. Dr. Kiba has spent nearly 2 decades helping children, families, and educators strengthen their mental, emotional, and social well-being. And she brings the same care and clarity to her work with schools through her Grace, Growth, and Greatness framework. Across the series, we'll explore what it looks like to lead and live from that philosophy with conversations about sustainability, self-compassion, curiosity, and systems of care in schools. So pull up a chair and let's get started. Hey, Dr. Kiba, how are you today?
Hey, Bridget, I am doing well. How are you? What an introduction.
Well, I got to give you your flowers. You're doing all the things out there, which we really appreciate. And so I'm so happy to have you on the Table podcast and to do this 4-part series. This is my first series, so I'm really pretty excited
Yes,
about
I feel
that too.
special.
You
I'm
are
happy to be the
special.
first one.
Absolutely. So, let's jump right in. Like I said, over the next few episodes, we're going to explore what it means to lead and live from a place of grace, growth, and greatness. And I love that tagline. It's so awesome.
Thank
Um,
you.
but, we're talking about, sustainability today. That's our first conversation. And what happens when a role we love becomes too big? How to recognize that moment with honesty and compassion. And so, my first question for you is like, when you hear someone say, this job is too big, what do you think they're really naming?
Honestly, I think they're really naming unrealistic expectations.
Mm,
Like, that's really what the job being too big usually means.
hmm
And it also means, it's outpacing their capacity. Right? So it really is coming from this place of like, I don't know who's supposed to do all of these things, but I cannot.
Right.
It
It
is
ain't
not
me,
me,
right?
you know? They're looking like this. I'm not it,
Yeah, no, for
this is not
sure.
for me. And so I think that, a number of folks will say the job is too big, the job is too big. And honestly, a lot of times we don't want to take the time, especially as leaders, we don't want to take the time to say like what really is happening here.
Mm,
Is it the job, and what would I need to make this job not feel too big? And
yeah,
when I say that, I don't mean that in terms of really just looking at, well, if my boss would stop asking me to do fill in the blank, right? Like,
right.
because we can't control other people. So, what are the things that we can look at? And sometimes we just need to give people ideas for how to support us.
Yes, no, absolutely. And someone who actually left the role because it was too big.
Hmm.
Structurally, it was just too big. You looked at it on
Yes.
paper, I'm like, wow, really? All of that?
Hmm.
And when you come in, you're eager and you wanted, it was my first leadership position. So I didn't know what I didn't know in
Right.
terms of, whether or not the job was too big, but being in it day to day and just feeling like there was never a time for me to just come up for air. I'm always
Hmm.
drinking through a fire hydrant
Yep.
instead of a hose, and it just was like, we can we do something differently here? And what I'm finding right now with a lot of educators are just feeling like I can't breathe, I can't come up for air, I'm barely treading, I'm not treading water, like I'm
Absolutely.
drowning,
Right. Right.
and it's hard, and especially,
Yeah.
when you tie
Yeah.
your self-worth to your
Yeah.
job and you feel like you can't do the job as it's written, that's a
Hmm.
little bit tricky to unpack, right?
It is, but it's also, it's so funny, right? We put so much on, especially for those of us, like you were saying, it was your first leadership position, right? I remember my first leadership position, and it happened really quickly after I graduated college,
Mm,
actually. And I was, I graduated college in June, and by August, I was supervising a team of 20,
wow.
right? Like undergraduate and graduate students as a graduate student, right?
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I need to do this, I need to do that." So I really rushed into that role saying like, "I need to fix all the things."
Mhm.
And that's often what we do because we're looking at it as the perspective of our eyes say, "This is our first time, it has to be great,"
Right.
right? And if I'm being more honest, we're saying, "This is our first time, it has to be perfect."
Perfect.
Right? And so when we're looking at perfection, you talking about drowning, we're climbing up a hill that never ends because we're
Right.
never getting to the top. We're never going to be perfect. Like it's just not going to happen, you
Right.
know? And so I think that, a lot of times we get into these roles and we're like, okay, this is it becomes about us. I would like to do this and I want to be the best and the brightest and I want to do the most.
Mhm.
That's wonderful and lovely, and pace yourself,
Right.
right? Because you can be the best, the brightest, and the most, not right now, not in
Mhm.
the immediate,
Right.
right? First, learn your job. We have stopped giving ourselves space to learn the job, right? When you see
Yeah.
it on paper and you're like, oh my goodness, there's all these things. That first year, you're learning your job,
Right.
right? You're just figuring out like how do these pieces even work together?
Mhm.
What is going on? You're seeing how the machine works,
Yep.
right? That second year, you're saying like, okay, I see some things that could be shifted. Here are some ideas for how things might change. This is
Mhm.
when you're really looking at the role and saying, this might be too big. Now, for those who fear using the words too big because you don't want to
Mhm.
look bad, right?
Right.
You might say, like, this role really doesn't look sustainable in its current framework.
I like that.
Right? So you're helping people because when we're in leadership positions, we have not only do we not extend grace to ourselves, we do
Yes.
not extend grace to the leaders above us or the people working for us. We have no mercy. We have no grace. We have no mercy. We, so you're looking at your supervisor, the head of the organization, or whoever you're reporting to, and you're looking at them like, well, you should know that this job is too big. That's your job.
Right.
Your
That's your
job is to
job.
know that this job is too big,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Meanwhile, they're like, I got you and you and you and you all got different positions, and I don't know what I just know everything needs to work together,
Right.
right? So I think that sometimes we have to pause ourselves and say, like, hey, what is it about the job, right? But in order for us to do that, we've got to really take the time and stop drinking from the fire hose, right? We've got to allow some things that maybe can't get done in a realistic framework to not get done, right? We can't keep telling people this is too big, but we keep doing it.
Right.
That doesn't match. That doesn't match. So we say, this is too big, this is too big, this is too big, but yet we are up all hours of the night. We are there early in the morning. We are not
Making it work.
sleeping. We are at the doctor's office more than we need to be, because we're like, oh, well, it's got to be perfect. And at the same time, we're saying this is not sustainable. So show people it's not sustainable
Well, that's the thing. And so why is it so hard for school leaders to actually say those words? This job is unsustainable.
because we think that other people will hear that as I
I'm not
cannot
good
do my
enough.
job.
Mhm.
I am not good enough. I am lazy. I don't want to work. That's all the things that we hear, and I'm sure some others that I haven't thought
Mhm.
of when we are telling, leaders like this is unsustainable. So we really have to have if we're thinking about extending grace to ourselves, right?
Mhm.
Part of that is really knowing your own strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Do you actually know, and really, truly, do you actually know your own strengths and weaknesses? Because if you have a clear grasp on the things that you're really good at and the things that you need some more help with, then when you look at a role and you are now in the role, you can then say, okay, this is beyond what I'm capable of doing, and here's the type of help that I'm going to need in order for that to happen. But instead, we say, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to wait till I get home when I have focus time, when nobody else is asking me for anything.
And
And I'm
figure
going to
it
spend my
out.
evenings figuring it out. You
Yep,
know?
you're right. You are 1000% correct.
And meanwhile, we haven't slept well in months or
Mm-mm.
years. We have high blood pressure, diabetes. We're on the verge of a stroke. I mean, all of these things are happening, and we don't think about it until it is just too much, right? Where
Right.
we're leaving, or we are forced to leave, or our health says it's time to go.
You have to. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you just mentioned accepting both your strengths and your limitations without external validation, and that is tricky because we want to know, we want people to let us know we're doing a good job, right? We don't want to feel like we're not kind of hitting the mark, and so
Yeah.
yeah, in some ways you want to know, like where do I need to level up, or where am I doing okay, but being okay and knowing yourself
Hmm. Hmm.
and where you are is also important as well.
Yeah.
So how do you balance those two things,
Hmm.
and how
Hmm.
has that helped you in terms of boundary setting?
So, in terms of boundary setting, it kind of helps you know when to say yes,
Mm-hmm.
when to say no,
Mm-hmm.
when to say yes, but, right? And yes, but
Uh-huh.
means yes, but I might need some help doing this part. And when to say not right now because I'm at my capacity.
Gotcha.
Right? So if we really think about this more deeply, about external validation, what we're saying is what other people say about me is more important than what I believe about me.
Mm.
And that's just not true. That's the
Ah,
lie
that's
that we tell
woo.
ourselves.
Okay, I need to. That might have been a word right there. I wasn't ready. I might need you to repeat that one more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, yes, for the people in the nosebleeds, let me tell you.
Yes.
Um, we are often telling ourselves that what other people say about us is more important than what we say about ourselves, right? What we believe about ourselves. And even more important and honest is oftentimes we don't know what we believe about ourselves because we're waiting for other people to tell
To
us.
tell us about
But I'm
ourselves.
here to tell you
Mhm.
today, you narrate your own story.
Yes.
Okay. You tell others who you are because others cannot possibly know the fullness of who you are.
Yep.
Even when you are in your mess up, right? When I am
Yes.
messing something up, I can tell people, like, yeah, I see that mess up, right?
Mhm.
And I apologize for that. And here's what I'm going to do to fix it. But I'm
Mhm.
still awesome
Yep.
all day, every day. Okay. My awesomeness is not because I can do a job well. My awesomeness is because I exist on this earth. Right? And
Absolutely.
so when I make a mistake or when I can't do something, that does not diminish who I am because who I am is just because.
Just
And
because. I
that's
love that.
really just because I was born into the world awesome immediately, right? You know,
Immediately you were awesome.
immediately,
Yes.
immediately.
Yes.
Listen, and I was a preemie. I was hooked up to the machines. They was talking about making funeral plans for me, and still
Still
awesome.
awesome.
Okay, y'all,
Yep.
y'all see all of these chords, and still I'm awesome. Okay, like get into it. you know, 15 years ago I got my doctorate, right? And so
Mhm.
people, when I would say I'm awesome, people would assume that it meant because I was doctor.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
interesting.
No, mm-mm.
Okay.
No. I've been a psychologist for over 20 years, right?
Uh-huh.
My awesomeness has nothing to do with this job. Let me help you
I know
understand.
that's right.
You done read about three things I'm in charge of now, and that don't got nothing to do with my awesomeness. Okay, that's a cherry on top.
That's a
I'm
cherry on
awesome
top.
because I exist in this world. And if everyone would just recognize that their mere being here is awesome,
Mhm.
then they would stop looking for other people to tell them that they're awesome.
Gotcha. What
I
about
don't
the
need other
person
people to say
Oh,
that.
sorry, I don't wanna interrupt, but I just feel like, what about the person who's like, "I don't wanna come off as arrogant, I want people
Yes,
to"
yes.
how do you balance that piece of it, Dr.
Yeah,
Kiva?
so what I help people understand is honestly there's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
Yes.
Confidence says I'm awesome, right?
Mhm.
Arrogance says I'm awesome, you're not,
Ooh, okay.
right? So
Got it.
arrogance is about me trying to dim your light in order for
Mhm.
me to shine brighter,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
Confidence is just saying stating the obvious. The obvious is I'm awesome.
The
That's it.
obvious.
The obvious.
I
The obvious. You
love
see
that.
it, you feel it. Come on, get into it. You know it. You may not want to feel it, you may not want to see it, but you see it. It's there.
But
You felt
it's
the
here,
presence
right?
when I walked in.
We have entered the building.
Hello.
So I want to switch gears a little bit because I mean we're talking about sustainability and setting boundaries, but what patterns do you see in schools that unintentionally set leaders up for burnout?
Listen, I seeking perfection is a heck of a drug.
Mm, mm, mm.
And let me tell you something. These institutions, I, the way in which they see the perfect ideal situation in the immediate
Mhm.
is setting everyone up for failure and burnout, right? So we're either the institutions themselves are either overextending what their roles are,
Yeah.
right? I don't know how many times I've worked in a school where they said we need parents to do this. Hold on. Wait, wait, that's not your role. Slow your roll. That's not your role. Okay. So we have unrealistic expectations not only for the people who are working for us, but also for the school as a whole. And I
Yeah.
think that's why it's challenging, is because when I give you my unrealistic expectations of you, and I say I need you to do this, and then I couch it in because the school is this, right? You now feel like you have no choice,
Right.
and they feel like they have no choice
Yeah.
because they have married these two things, right? So no one is looking at like, but is that the real goal or the real way that we see the school, or is that something that would be nice, right?
Right. Mhm.
We think about mission, vision, and values. Like, it would be nice. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about our like our vision is like this is what we'd like to see, right? But that doesn't mean like we're that today. That means we're
Right.
working towards
We're
that.
working towards that.
Like,
Mhm.
we're working towards that.
Yep.
Our values are what we have today, right?
Right
And then
now.
we got to
Mhm.
work on how do we get our values and infuse that into all the things that we're doing so we can realize our mission and our vision, right?
Love that.
But we
Yep.
want the mission and the vision right now. We want it right this moment. And so that really is setting people up for
Yes.
failure. I want to say that I took a note on this because I wanted to make sure I mentioned a couple of things.
Okay.
When we are assuming that those in leadership, oh, wrong question, sorry.
That's all right.
Where I wrote here, I want to also mention, I literally said, make sure you say that people in leadership are not getting to know the team that they have in front of them.
Mm.
They are working with the team that they wish they had.
Uh-oh.
That now that talk
I was
about a
like,
word. That's a word,
uh-oh. That
right?
is a
They are
word.
they are looking at, not forget about the
Uh,
five people I have in front of me and what their strengths and limitations are. No, 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 no. I'm putting on you the people I need you to be
wow.
to again reach this unrealistic goal,
Mhm.
right?
Yikes.
So there's that, and then we work in silos. I am so sick of
Yes,
us
we do.
using the word collaboration while we work alone. Like what collaboration equals silo, okay? We are not really fully collaborating, right?
Mhm.
Even when we work together, we have, especially in schools, we have a zillion different meetings,
Right.
and 85 of us are involved, and ain't
Mhm.
nobody doing the work. And you know why we not doing the work? Because we too busy in the meeting.
Too busy in the
Right?
meeting.
too busy in the meeting. The meeting, and you could have emailed me that. I didn't learn anything new, and nobody did anything. And
Yep,
then
we
we're
just
gonna
sat
meet again
together.
next week and say, "Is it better yet? Have we solved all the
Have we
problems?"
solved it? Mm-hmm.
Right? But we're not actually using all of the power we have in the room.
Mm.
All of the brilliance of all of those people. Imagine if we like legitimately collaborated, right?
Yeah.
That would actually help us so that we wouldn't burn out,
Yeah.
right?
And
But
it's
we're
actually
being
moving
set
the
up,
needle, right?
right? We're being set up to burn out because we're so busy saying, "Oh, that's your job. Oh, that's your role.
Yeah.
You need to do that. Oh, I don't do that." Right? And we've forgotten how to see each other as teammates.
Yeah. I mean, that is, I hate that phrase, not my job, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
It just it prevents us from moving forward. It hamstrings the entire community.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so,
So we need more realistic expectations.
mhm.
We need folks to, oh, I didn't even touch on this. We need folks to be able to delegate,
Yes.
delegate, delegate
Say it one
because
more time. Mm-mm. Say it one more
delegate,
time.
listen, because if our leader, the leader in charge of us or ahead of us, and we expect like to be able to, we're like, oh well, these people are not doing it the way that I want, I'm just going to do it myself. And again,
Right.
it, how long are you going to be able to do that?
Well, not only that, you're not giving other people the opportunity to
An
grow and
opportunity.
learn.
Mhm.
And so
Yep.
if you always do it yourself, you are robbing people of that experience of, maybe getting it wrong the first time and like learning and growing into a better leader
And you know
down the
why
road.
we're not giving people that opportunity?
Wow,
Because like
Dr.
I
Keeper.
started with, perfection is a heck of a drug.
Yes.
We keep expect because we don't want you to do it because you've already told us that you've never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means it's not going to be perfect. So I'm going to do it myself because I know how to do it. And it's still not going to be perfect.
Still not perfect. 'Cause who is perfect?
No one, not one of us.
Not one of
No
us.
one. And
Absolutely.
then on top of that, to that point, we've got to meet folks where they are,
Right.
right? We've got to stop wanting them to be where we want them to be. And
Mm-hmm.
this is a real trigger for folks, so get ready.
Uh-oh.
What we really do is we say, oh, Bridget was in that role before, and now Dr. Kiba is. Well, Dr. Kiba, Bridget used to do it like this.
Yep.
I'm sorry, my name is Dr. Kiba. I'm not Bridget. That's wonderful that she used to do it like that, and I'm going to take a look at that. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do it the way that I'm comfortable doing it. And unfortunately, because of our standards and because we at the same time as we expect perfection, we also expect things to stay the same. It is really bizarre. It is bizarre. We want people to be perfect, but by the way, don't change a thing.
No, be perfect in this way.
Yes, yes, be perfect
Mm-hmm.
for us, which
Yep.
means don't change a thing
Nope. Keep me
because
comfortable.
we don't do it like that here. How many
Right.
times have you we don't do it like that here?
Oh, I've definitely heard that one.
So that's I would say if we had more realistic expectations, if we delegated more, if we
Mm-hmm.
met people where they were, and if we actually in fact collaborated and functioned as a team,
Yeah.
then that would help with how we can really think about not burning out. Like how do we,
Mm-hmm.
this I think these are the ways in which institutions really kind of set people up, and they don't even know that
Right.
they're setting folks up. And you know why they don't know? Because most of us, if we're being honest, we don't tell them.
We
We
definitely
just
don't.
find another job.
Yep. We move on.
And then everyone, and then we know what we do. We say, I found another job. And then we smile and we're like, no, it's been wonderful here. It's been so great. Thank you for this opportunity. Oh, it's been amazing.
Oh, it's been
Yes, I'm going to miss
amazing. I
you. I'm going
loved
to
my
keep
time
in touch.
so much.
All of the things. And
Yeah.
really, we're like, I can't get out of here quick enough.
Yep. Didn't even let the
Listen,
doorknob hit you.
listen.
Didn't even take your coat. You just left your coat behind.
Exactly. Exactly. You done left your books. You don't like,
All
I
the,
don't
you know,
need
I
none of
don't
that.
even
I'm
matter. I'm
out.
good. So, Dr. Kiba, you talk about being able to be honest about, scope and sustainability. Let's give some people some tools. I mean, I think you've given us a lot already, but some
Mhm.
real practical tools about how to have an honest conversation about scope and sustainability without it being viewed as a weakness.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I really think that if we were more clear in using language like scope and sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
that is the first tool. Like, really, just instead of saying, like, I can't do this, right? We tend to say things that are triggers for people in leadership above us,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because what they hear is, I don't want to do this. You're crazy for thinking I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
No one can do this, right? All of these things might be true, that no one can do this, it's not a sustainable job, but helping them by couching it in language that feels more problem solving based as
Yes.
opposed to more blaming based,
I
right?
love that.
So helping people, and by saying, like, okay, so I want to talk about the scope of the role, and then I want to talk about options for sustainability,
Oh, I like
right?
that. Mm-hmm.
So as opposed to, like, I want to tell you it's not sustainable,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes. Kind of what I did. I admit it. That's what I said.
I know, and you were like, deuces, right? Like,
Deuces,
oh,
because
this
this is
ain't
not a
gotta
sustainable model. Right.
go. Yeah. So I would say, like, okay, so this is the thing. Remember when I said that first year, you're kind of just learning your role?
Yes.
That's truly where, and I'm going to get to this question, but I want to say a little bit more about that because it helps with this question.
Okay.
If we really truly understood our role, took a year to understand our role, so for those in schools, a full school year, right? So in leadership, you're starting like in August or July, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Just really start keeping a weekly log of what you're doing. And at the end of each week, you're turning that into percentages, right? So
Mm.
if you're looking at a 40 and you're looking at a 40-hour week, even if you haven't worked 40 hours, right? Because anything above that is above 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, if you were hired for one of those 45 hour, whatever your hours are,
Hmm.
right? That is the 100% that we're looking at.
Gotcha.
Everything above that is above 100%,
Okay.
right? So when you write, if you say I did, 20% was this, 5% was this, 10%, and then, and it adds up to 150%, that means you've worked 65 hours this week, 60 hours. Like, so that's what you need to be. So, and you need to take note of
Hmm.
how often that's happening,
Yeah.
right? So that when you're ready to have the conversation about scope and about sustainability, you can actually speak in real numbers,
Yes.
right? You also, that might be something for you to learn about yourself and your new role, because
Mm.
it might be that you work 60 hours a week only 3 times during the year.
Mm. Okay.
There are these
Yeah.
2 week
There's
periods
some
where you
times,
get,
right?
like, yeah, where you just kind of have to,
Do
suck
the
it up.
thing.
You
Yep.
got to do the thing, right? But it's not every week, right? But if we
Right.
don't actually pay attention to this,
Hmm.
we remember that 60-hour period, and we remember it as if it's all year. It's every week, it's all
Yeah.
year,
All the time.
right?
Hmm.
So this is to help us understand scope and sustainability, but it's also to help other folks understand scope and sustainability. Now, within that, so now we got our percentages. That's
Hmm.
about sustainability.
Yep.
But scope is about, hey, what is it that I'm actually doing that's my role? And what is it that other people are putting on me that I'm
Mm.
doing that's not my role? I'm
Gotcha.
talking to those of us who are overachievers. Hello, you hear me? Yeah, I'm in the club too. you know?
Yes.
So, what is it that is actually my role in the time that I've spent doing that? And then what are some of the extra things? And again, that percentage, you're looking at that percentage separately, because
Yes.
now you're looking at, and when have I been minding other people's business? When have
Yes.
I been doing other people's jobs? Right?
Hmm.
And don't say, some people are saying right now, But if I don't do it, nobody will. Then nobody will.
And
It won't
nobody
get done.
will, and that's
It,
hard. I gotta
yes,
tell you.
yes, it is very hard. And also, step on over that pile of clothes on the floor until your teenager picks it up. Like, like,
Fair enough.
because that pile ain't getting washed if it ain't in a hamper.
That
You
is
know.
true. Yeah.
Now, is it going to be rank? Yep, it is. And we're just going to have to deal with it,
Right.
right? And we're going to have to deal with that discomfort. But we've got to stop putting our noses in to other people's because we want to be seen as great team players. And that here's going back to collaboration. If we actually functioned as collaborative units,
Mhm.
we don't have to do more than our job to be seen as a team player.
Right.
We would actually just show up with our skill set and do the thing that we were called to do. We'll do the things we're assigned to do.
Yep, and it all
And
works.
that would be teamwork. That would be
Yeah.
collaboration. We don't have to be doing all the extra hoops and jumping and playing double dutch, trying to get people to see us.
Yep.
Oh, 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 look at me, look at me. And meanwhile, I'm tired. I've been to the doctor 5 times. My
Mhm.
my family never sees me. Everybody, my friends are
All the
complaining
things.
I never go out. All of the
Yeah.
things, right? So there's that. And then if we take all of that and we're saying, okay, now I have a clear understanding after this year of this is my actual scope. This is the job that I'm assigned to do. I also now have an understanding of here are some of the things that I've been doing that are actually not assigned to me.
Mm.
Right. And so I need to be clear and let those people know that I'm giving them back their job.
Okay.
Right. And then I'm looking at the percentages so I can see sustainability.
Mhm.
Now, when you look at all of that and you see like, okay, so in order for this to work, I'd have to work on average 140% as opposed to 100%. That is the number. So you're looking at that extra 40% and you're
Mhm.
saying, okay, so that's an extra 15 hours a week, right? Here's what I now need because I'm talking to my leader about scope and sustainability. I'm telling you
Mhm.
what my role is. I'm also acknowledging some of the things I've been doing that ain't mine, right?
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to my leader, I need to be honest about
Yes.
this is what's been happening. And then I'm telling you my percentage of time that I've been working,
Mhm.
right? And so I'm looking at, okay, there's an extra 15 hours a week that's not accounted for. And so here's what I'd like, here's what I need. I was looking at if I could have either help from this position, right? Or here's how that position could help, and here's what I need in terms of um, resources. Then you can help them see how they can help you make it more sustainable.
Got it.
The error that we make is we really don't take time to look to your point, we really are just drinking from the fire hose. So we're not taking the time to say like I need to really look at this strategically and I need to know for myself too, is this actually sustainable?
Right.
How much of this is I'm not setting clear boundaries, I'm doing other people's role, and how much of this is there's just too much role for me to try to do.
There you go. Okay.
And both of those can be true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. Thank you. And so, last question as we wrap up this portion of the series. How does grace help leaders release the pressure to do it all?
Grace helps us see ourselves more clearly,
Okay.
right? If we can see our own humanity, then we can see the humanity in others.
Mm,
So remember, I started by saying, like, those who don't have grace, they also have no mercy,
right.
right? You can't give to others what you don't have, right? Just like you
Yeah.
can't love others when you don't love yourself,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely.
So we're seeing ourselves more clearly through grace, and we're saying like, oh, I'm not perfect,
Hmm.
and or like, even let's try something bigger. I messed up. I made a
How
big
about
mistake.
that?
I made a big mistake. I did something wrong, and I am a human being that sometimes makes mistakes, right? And if we can just let that settle into our soul that like, you know what? I'm a human being that sometimes makes mistakes,
Hmm.
then we can actually then say, okay, so how do I now go about correcting my error? And it is free of judgment of, oh my gosh, you should not have done that. We've already
Right.
determined that I've made an error,
Right.
right? but I am also human and humans make
Make
mistakes. So if we
exactly.
bring our humanity to the table, it helps us to be a little bit more realistic about what can actually get done. So, what can we realistically do in our
Hmm.
role at this time for this particular thing that we're working on? But also, when we see ourselves in this way, and this is the big point,
Hmm.
we can actually see others more clearly.
Ah,
Because when we see ourselves as human beings, it is so much easier to see other people as human beings. So we don't say things like, "Oh, you were out sick for 2 weeks? Yeah, but I need you to get this done." We don't say things like that because we see the humanity. We say, "Oh, welcome back."
right.
Right? We have a looming deadline here, which I'm not sure that you'll be able to meet. But just let me know once you get settled what you think you can do and by what time frame. Because now, if the due date was today, clearly it's not happening. But
How about
instead,
that?
what we do is we come in and we say, "Oh, the deadline's today. Oh my God, I have to do."
Come on, we got to rush, and
You can't do it. You
yeah,
can't do it. It's not realistic.
I love it.
And I show up like this in every environment that I've worked, and people really appreciate the clarity.
Yes.
And we can all acknowledge, hey, I get it. The deadline is upon us, and also I'm just getting back. Right? So let's work on a new deadline,
Hmm.
right? Or if the deadline can't be pushed, let's work on the parts of this that can be done for that deadline because some things may not be able to be done.
Yeah, and that's all about communicating,
Hmm.
collaborating, but also delegating. All the things we
Absolutely.
talked about.
Hmm.
All the things that we talked about. And so I think that's a great place for us to kind of end for right now. But before we
Okay.
leave, Dr. Kiba, you've got some things going on I wanted to talk about. I know you. Where can people find you first? Let's talk about that first.
Oh, so okay. I am I'm on social media and I need to work on being better about it. But I have Instagram. I'm on
Okay.
LinkedIn first of all, so
Okay.
that I am on so they can find me there. I'm on Instagram as Dr. Dr. Speaks.
Okay.
And then I am on Instagram as Grace Growth and Greatness.
Okay.
And also as Rooted, Resilient, and Rising.
Awesome.
Also, we have a conference. Rooted, Resilient, and Rising has our second annual Belonging, Affirmation, and Motivation Conference that's coming up December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So December
Okay.
3rd is our
Awesome.
pre-conference institute where we will be having a phenomenal three-part series on implicit bias. And then
Mm,
our conference on the 4th and 5th, which will have about 18 facilitated discussions around
wow.
belonging, affirmation, and motivation. And so that the tickets for that are on Eventbrite. Right now is early bird. So early bird saves you about $50 and it's a virtual workshop, a virtual conference. So we're really excited to be doing it for the second time in a row. Myself and my co-founder Ali Morgan,
Hmm.
we're amped. We're amped about this.
Awesome. I love it. So, folks, you heard it here first. There's a conference. You can show up. You've got time. It's early bird special. Get your tickets now while you can. But
Exactly.
before all that happens, though, we're going to see Dr. Kiba again a couple more times. So I hope you guys will stay tuned. And I am so excited to be doing this series. And so, this was such a great way to begin the series. Naming that it's
Thank
okay to
you.
admit when the role is too much. And so, in our next episode, Dr. Kiba and I take that thing one step further when we explore what it really means to extend grace, not just to others, but to ourselves. So, stay tuned. Thanks for pulling up a chair at the table today. I hope this conversation gave you something to think about, or maybe even something to try out in your own community. If you're enjoying the table, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend, or leave us a comment. It really helps more people find us. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you next time at the table.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Table Podcast Series. Is your student life program delivering on your mission? Our new K-12 student life assessment moves you beyond anecdotes to evidence-based decisions. Through comprehensive stakeholder surveys and expert analysis, you'll get concrete insights across 8 essential dimensions of student life: from culture and wellness to staff effectiveness and resource allocation. We're seeking founding partner schools to be the first to experience this transformative assessment process and help shape the future of student life evaluation. Today's episode was hosted by Bridget Johnson in conversation with Dr. Kiba Rogers, the first of our 4-part series, Grace, Growth, and Greatness, the next of which will air on November 17th. This episode was produced and edited by Andrick Sigmund and music by PremiumBeat.com. For any questions, contact information can be found in the episode description. And, as always, thanks again for listening.